3 of that ring closing, so massive damage is going to be done to BTX, and I just wonder if that was the smartest fight they could have possibly taken.
Yeah, that is true. You think you want to take that fight to avoid the third party, but at the same time, you got to take it a little bit quicker. As long as they have enough heals, they should be okay to rotate. They probably pick up a lot of heals on the banners of those 3 opponents. It looks like they should be okay on that rotation through. So a wise decision for BTX, and you'll see them on the minimap now. They are chilling in a decent spot. Well, sorry, not necessarily chilling, trying to get to a position where they can chill. They're going to be flanking gamers' origin, I'm sure they realize it. Oh boy.
Yeah, they need to make their way in. They need to make their way in now as the Pathfinder is going to use his grapple. Is he going to make it in time? He does manage to just about get inside the circle. Baker going to be the last player alive. Vex has gone down, and unfortunately, this is what I meant, right? The rotation, they just didn't give themselves enough time to get inside that next circle, and they paid for it. And that, in my opinion, that's poor decision making.
That's
that's a tough situation to be in. They kind of gambled, rolled the dice a little bit with that fight early on, and it just did not happen fast enough. If they finished that fight 15 seconds earlier, 10 seconds earlier, they survive in that scenario. Will potentially survive because they still had to face the teams that they were rotating onto. So either way, tough situation to be in. Again, goes to show the importance of the Pathfinder, the importance of early rotations in getting that beacon and getting to the center circle, or we predict the center circle to be early on. Instead, they did get some kills though, so that's going to help them quite a bit. Meanwhile, Nasty strafing down, looks like Nasty was able to find themselves some better armor, and they're still posted in the same triple deck story building as they were early on. And they're just going to be playing for early game.
I mean, a farm damage as well with this charge rifle, and for Nasty strafing down, the team who are sat in second place at the moment. The team who were first, they've been eliminated, and they've been blessed by the Apex Legends gods in this game as well, with the circle pulling the way that it has. Looks like it could be finishing just at the top of that bridge, just outside of the broken building, which is obviously just to their west at the moment, where there's a lot of teams, of course, set up. But speaking of set up, you've got 2 purples, you've got the blue on the scrape as well, you've got the charge rifle, loads of ammo to work with.
The charge rifle, this will laser.
Everything that is up top for them as well, they've got extra ammo, they've got everything they could possibly want. So this could well be a big, big game. But speaking of big fights that are going down, AHG are involved in one right now, and I think the Metafe just managed to pick up 1 kill.
He's tagging people.
Not done yet. Looks like a down's going to come through on player for major pushers as well. So this ad hoc gaming squad, who won our last game, are slowly working their way up the ranks, are looking, or sorry, won 2 games the last game that we casted, are looking to continue here and gaining before. One member of major pushers, it's Cleve, that's taken out right now. The 2 versus 3, I believe, against ad hoc gaming. They're going to have to push to try and keep their team alive. Can they do it with success?
I see Amaro trying to get through this little choke here. He's got team who he's trying to push as well, but he's actually made himself as difficult to kill as possible, using that, of course, the goal of getting that gas out, making sure the teams cannot be pushing it. And speaking of teams who are going to be pushing it, many pushes here, trying to hold this team out. The only problem is his armor's been dropped and he's going to have to retreat, and that team is Ad Hoc Gaming, who by the sliver of their teeth here are managing to stay inside of that circle. I want to see what the comms are like right now for Ad Hoc Gaming. They've managed to work their way in and see what the comms are like.
Okay, we should do it. I'm holding. I think they're not inside. I saw them leaving. I think they are. They're not right here. They will be on the phone. Look up right now. Stabilize for a second. I mean, we're in a position, guys.
Were they rushing?
We have to hold for them.
Just here.
Yes. We have to can you move them? It's only 2 men. I think we see them right now.
Get
Yeah. I'll have
we can support targets. Like I said, man, too.
No hits. I think you just sit forward, right? On height, and we just down there.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Play the car.
Yeah. I mean, we have to kill the team on the left. Can we get out?
Go now.
Go.
Oh, this is gonna
Crack, Come with me, go to gas.
Tell me. Make it easy.
Give it up, nice. Watch the team there. Play this side, control the zone. People over there fighting other side, boys. Other side, kills.
Letting.
They're still
There, go down.
Slap one.
John, an absolutely perfect example here of setting up a push, but more importantly, how to execute as well, as we see Kuya now landing some massive shots for AHG.
And you love that listening in the comms. I love the decision to push the team of 2, recognizing they have numbers advantage in that fight, and now they are just teeing off on different teams. They're going to find 2 more rats right behind them. They're going to get some good shots off ever. Tommy's going to go down. Where nothing's going to go down is perhaps a little bit of over-aggression coming through. Strad Games, they pick up the 2 kills.
Wow, they got killed by those two kids. That is crazy.
Yeah, Nasty Straight and Dell will pick their moment to move across and put some damage down, as it's actually going to be TI who are involved in this fight as well. So we've got more TI and another team who are involved, and it's going to be Kassas is trying to get some damage in before he
missed. He missed again.
Here, but the problem is he's not doing enough damage, but his teammates are there to deal out some damage as well. Surely this game has to be in the hands of TI here.
Yeah, looks a little bleak right now. Zeke's going to back up and reset. Zeke will also going to want those peacekeeper shots back. He's used to the massive spread instead. Zeke, last member alive for his squad, has an opportunity to heal back up. 2 squads remain. It's going to be Zeke fighting against an army of Gamers Origin members. I believe there's at least 2 of them alive. They're going to spot out Zeke. Zeke now is in a rock hard place. He's going to get taken out just like that. It is Gamers Origin, your champions of game number 4. A valiant effort coming through from TTT and Impact, but in the end, Gamers Origin not on top.
Yeah, Gamers Origin waiting for that precise moment again to be that third party who comes in and wipes away the competition in those final moments. But what a final circle that was, right? I can't remember many shots being missed in that final circle. All kicked off with Ad Hoc Gaming, of course, making their way in, John. But a lot of KP were picked up by our top teams in that game. It's going to be very interesting to see how their standings look.
Yeah, Ad Hoc Gaming, perhaps it was the shot heard around the world as the rest of the teams decided to ensue in what ended up being an absolute world war in that late game fight. It was madness, a scene from a war movie indeed, as Ad Hoc Gaming got taken out. Unfortunate from them, they were very well positioned. They spotted the rats behind them. You thought they were going to get those 2 kills, but it was just a great play.
Alright, let's watch some YouTube while we wait. What the fuck? What? Sure. Let's see. No way, look at that. 19 more subs.
All the players had a really good time, but Gamers Origin, they end up taking that one, and they haven't been on the top of the leaderboard quite yet, so maybe that's going to help them sneak their way up, and you never know, if they have another good game, they could be putting up some serious points here. But you did see, like the casters were saying, we saw Ad Hoc Gaming was there towards the end. We saw Gambit, I believe, was there towards the end. You had Nasky's team there at the end as well. So there's a lot of solid teams that were already towards the top 5 that are continuing to put those points on the board too. So I'm really looking forward to see how we stand going into the final match.
Absolutely, and of course, also third
Final
impact
match coming
Some
up,
of these teams
but
we're
we're
not
getting
seeing
ready for the
exactly on the
NA
top of our leaderboards, but you know what? They're chipping away
North
every
American.
single game. And here we are, the end of Game 4. We have one more game to go. But before we get there, let's take a look at that final moment where all hell broke loose. Tom, bring me through the action. Here we go.
Yeah, again, there was just so much going on in this game with this final circle because there's so many teams left alive doing such a good job just ratting back and forth. You see already down 1 player for Gamers Origin, but they're still there with the wingman, with the R301. No Massive in play here, which is surprising, but you can see 2 squads left, and they're just trying to get some of these death boxes to see what kind of armors they can pick up all the way. But it's going to be a 2v1 situation, it looks like, and it's a free win there and free points there for Gamers Origin. They got to be feeling really good. Again, very well played from all of the squads. Fragment, such a fun circle to fight in. Like, it's one of those spots, again, where if you're not, it's like Thermal. if you're not in there, it's very tough to get in. We saw Taxi's team. They had a great fight over towards the train station, but the late rotate came in. Navi, that was sitting at the construction building, they got some kill points on the board now. Maybe they could start to slide out of that 20th spot because that was the first big game that we've seen them have. So I'm excited to see again how these points are panning out because we have one game left. One game, Kate, to determine who the top 3 and winner is going to be.
No pressure, but let's take a look at our game results from this game 4 that will help us do the math for our overall standings. As you mentioned, Gamers Origin bringing that top spot, but not to be undone, not to be outdone. 3rd Impact Black, 14 kills. Tom, the French.
Yeah, 14 kills, fantastic game for them, a lot of points on the board for them, but GSD's right there, Gambit's still there, Ad Hoc Gaming, these were the teams over towards the top that you have to look out for. They're going to separate themselves even more. It's going to be up to these guys to continue to perform. It's their tournament to lose now. They're in a great position. They worked so hard to get to this point. I'd be surprised if we let these teams let it slip away out of their hands. They're going to come in so focused, so ready, knowing if they have one good game here, they're going to be the champs.
Exactly, and I gotta tell you this, as a former player, as a caster, as a coach, looking at these overall points here, we're going up. Nasky, Strafe, and Dell going farther, into those point leaders. Outsiders coming back at 52. So, you know, at this point, what are you telling your players? If you're a coach, you're looking at those top 3. You're looking at the 3rd Impact Black, which made top 3 now. We're looking at a team that can go all the way. What are you telling those teams in 4th, in 5th, in 6th place? What are you telling them going into Game 5?
They know they need a big kill game, I guess you could say. They need 15 kills, 20 kills even to go and do something here. Hopefully the circle rotations are on their side. They may need a little bit of luck as well, because look at how many points GSD and Outsiders have from the rest of the pack. 56 and 52. They are 16 points ahead of 3rd place, which is 3rd Impact Black. And keep in mind that GSD in the very first game and the very first kills on Kings Canyon, they took out 3rd Impact Black. They gave them a 20th place finish. They got goose egg. They had 0 points, 3rd Black, TIB did in game number 1, and GSD maximized their points winning that game. So it's crazy to see them put that horrible game behind them and go in 3rd place now. So great job by 3rd Impact. Honestly, way to work it back from having a bad game.
I mean, they just scraped and clawed their way up to this 3rd place. We'll see how they do in Game 5. But first, we want to showcase a little bit about what you guys have been saying online. Check out some of these tweets. Let's start off with one from Crystal Call. Oh, man. We can all relate to this, right, Tom? Mom came home with takeout, Chinese food, and ALGS tournament. The only thing that could ruin this is if the storm knocks out my internet. I wonder where they are. They're doing
well, you know you can watch on your phone, Crystal, so don't get too discouraged if your internet goes out. I'm sure that you could go and connect to that.
I can't look at chat.
And go and watch it on your app that you have. And if you're going to ALGS, that's how you should ALGS. Holy cow, what a setup.
Yo, what's up,
I was going to say, Tom, phone is absolutely great in a pinch, but my God, if you're going to watch it, make sure you got at least 3 screens, and that is what we can see on our screen right now. Hey, if you want to be a part of our Apex Legends social tweets and everything, head on over to @PlayApex, and of course, hashtag us ALGS. We want to see what you're looking at. We want to see how you're streaming. We want to think about your Chinese takeout, which now is making me hungry. But I digress. We're also on YouTube @PlayApexCompete, and it's I mean, telling you right now, Tom, this is that elusive Game 5. We are going into the final. We're going into that place where you throw those Hail Marys. Is that where we're at when it comes to some of these top-tier teams? Is that how they have to make it work now? There's no last minute. There's no tomorrow. This is it.
Yeah. There really isn't, and if anybody could play at the high level that we just saw of that, I guess, wire management from that last tweet that we just saw, they're going to win the tournament, because that wire management was absolutely insane. I can only strive to have that type of patience and that type of, I guess, cleanliness on that setup. So props to them. But talking about the games, yes, it's going to be up to these top 5 teams. I think we've really solidified who the best teams are, who has a chance to win this one. Yeah, maybe something crazy happens. Maybe some big points go on the board. We saw TIB says, hey, it doesn't matter what your previous games are, guys. Or we may see some spoilers from these teams that are on the bottom side of the bracket coming in and playing spoilers with the teams on the top.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look real quick as our players get into those lobbies. let's take a look real quick at some of our Game 4 highlights. Remember, Tom, this could be what we're seeing in Game 5.
Oh yeah, we're even going back throughout the entire series here. This was game number 1 in that sweet win from GSD to Kraber and play. Awesome Kraber shots throughout. Nice massive shots. Great use of the circle right there. In game number 2, see Gambit really picking it up. They got a lot of kills here using that Havoc. And you know, we've seen a lot of flatlines play, Kate. A lot of flatlines being used overall. Very underrated gun. I was surprised to see not many Hemlocks being played, but flatline definitely seems to be the flavor of today. And AHG, they had a big game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they love their flatline there.
No doubt. No doubt. This was the game that Outsiders won over towards Thermal. Again, really well played by them. Game number 4. This was the fight that we were talking about with Taxi's team over towards the train station. They were so late to rotate over to Fragment, they ended up dying to the zone into Knob B and giving that one on over to Gamers Origin. So 4 games down, 1 left in anybody's tournament still, but we definitely have our favorites so far.
Definitely have our favorites. We have those top 3. We have our Gamers Origin coming in hot earlier on in this tournament. We have Nasty Strafe and Dell. I mean, at this point, if you're an observer on our team, who do you keep your POV on? Who is it that's just going to take it all the way that you need to make sure you see all the action for, Tom?
Yeah, we've talked about him so much. GSD, Gambit. You got to watch out for Third Impact Black. You got to watch out for Alliance. All of these guys that are over towards that top 5 area, I'd really like to hone in on these guys, but again, there's teams looking to play spoiler. They're not happy with any type of placement besides in that top 3, definitely in that top 10 as well. So you're going to see players just playing out of their mind, giving it their best shot here.
So we're going to see some great gameplay, and that's what we're all here to witness. Tom, thank you so much. But guess what? Gameplay begins right now. We're going to toss it right over to Rain Day and Girl. Enjoy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. It is Game 5. That means we are live with all the results that will matter in just a moment. We talked about all these teams that have a chance at glory and to keep qualifying. But, you know, we have to set the table yet again, Girl, as we look at it. They're playing for top 10, which is going to get them into, obviously, the next SC number 3, which is going to be pretty much this, but the next one, and give them another chance to qualify for top 3, which those teams that get top 3 are going to qualify for September, which is the playoffs, which is the final bout, the big prize pool. And so there's so much on the line, Girl. Who, as a team, or maybe as a vibe for this game, I think to put it casually, do you have your eye on?
I definitely have my eye on Third Impact, Gambit, Ad Hoc Gaming, and Alliance because
I'm pretty sure Gambit
teams are
won the last tournament.
Third place threshold, and they're going to be fighting hard for this next game. Nasty Strafe and Dell and the Outsiders, they have a good chance of winning this whole tournament. Keeping that eye out for those 5 teams.
Awesome. Nasty Strafe Dell in first as well, and we will finish things where many tournaments have started on World's Edge. Kings Canyon being introduced in Game 1 and 2 saw a battle of epic proportions, but games 3, 4, and 5 have started to tilt things strongly in the favor of GSD and Outsiders. Third Impact Black 12 points behind those 2, and of course 16 points behind number 1. So it is really a 2-horse race, but that could change, especially if somebody has a big game here, and of course if things happen a little bit differently with more aggression toward the landing spots. And so far, a thermal landing from BTX, Taxi, Baker, and of course Dex. And they will be isolated by themselves here for now, move up this entire area and make their way to zone, which looks like it will be all on the northern side, so a little bit of a trek for them. But oh wow, it seems like Outsiders are in a pretty decent spot to be able to manage this one.
GSD, I've seen scrim a lot, and they're really familiar with that final zone there that we just seen on the map. I am so excited to see what this game brings us, to see if they can do their rotation and hold their position as they normally do in those scrims.
Girl, big story to look at too is Alliance. This team has been so innovative in Apex Legends and the way that they've brought Caustic into the meta, and now kind of also forcing the rest of the ring Revenant, and they've fire along the alternator, and that starts to do some big damage there. We talk about the bus. He's already got a level 3 extended mag, and that really highlights what this has been doing in this new season. It is a more consistent, it is a not necessarily harder hitting from a burst perspective, but as far as consistency and impact over the course of a fight. The alternator is definitely getting its value there. Unfortunately, we're seeing, I believe this is Hawaii team go down pretty early there over on the side of Fragment, but Alliance
wow, team died.
looking to push
2
it.
teams dead already.
Like to start
Wow.
year 3, and that is the way they need to go as
Crazy.
just started, but now kind of finishing the toss and
Kill
back
here,
queue.
3
Have not
kills.
qualified for September. They haven't even qualified for this tournament. They had to work their way through the qualification process, girl. And so Alliance innovating, and at the point of this last game, with a big one, could actually
It's
guarantee
annoying how it
themselves a
keeps
spot
saying
in September.
girl.
Alliance definitely has the potential to earn 3rd place.
I know her
They're
name is
sitting at
girl.
29 points in 3rd
So
place.
annoying.
After that last match was 40 points, so they're gonna try and get as many kills as possible. I'd say this game. They're a team to
Girl,
watch
like,
for
shut
sure.
up. Honestly.
Of course, they do have to look out
Hell
for
outta
AHG. Sitting third in the 10-point lead. Gambit this dead inside. Finding a nice one on the Nasser, another EMEA representative.
Oh, shit, another one
Coming
dead.
into this interregional
Another one
lobby,
might
and that
stuff.
could just be the end of it. It is
Another
18
one.
spots left. It looks like that
Another
was
one.
potential down, but no, it's just Imola and Dictator mode to maybe poke in on this and get involved, because they know that there does need to be some type of big movement for them, who find themselves in 19th place overall. It would take quite a movement for them to get into the top 10, but it's not impossible, as right now I think that threshold is 18 points and they've got 7.
Yeah, they're not going to take any rest. They're going to take every rest to get their 3rd player back into the game. They need to do whatever they can to have any advantage possible over the other team. So they're going to try and get that revive on the Watson here, while they're getting shot at from this building by Navi. Navi has really good armor right now, really good guns and positioning for this end battle.
5-9 pulls claws. Lone players within the scene, and it looks like, oh no, Nasser are going to get taken out by them, and that should do it. Nasser not qualifying this time around. For the next one, they will have to work their way in, but they've been very, very good in their region. It seems like they will be able to make this if all goes according to plan. But that will be the end of this story for them in SC number 2. Meanwhile, Outsiders, one of the teams we have to keep a look at in 2nd place, looking obviously for first if they can. Only a 4-point differential growth between them and Nasty Straight Del, in a pretty decent spot so far.
Yeah, they're definitely in a decent spot. They have a lot of cover under the bridge, and they're not so far away from the end zone. Maybe they're going to be able to get some kills on the teams rotating into the zone. We'll find out shortly. Back to GS3.
Yeah, you go ahead on GSD. I was just going to ask a question about what were you going to say?
Oh, no worries. I was just going to say that they found their end zone spot, and they're camping up. They're placing Watson traps. They're going to try holding that particular position where they were at.
I think that's important to note as well, because we do see these teams, and you know, it was the same at the thermal ending, and it's been the same in so many different things. We see it in North America a ton as well. You know, rotating early, and you know, playing the edge is almost assuredly considered, unless you get really fortunate and maybe you just have strategy around it, less advantageous, because you just have to work through more obstacles to get where somebody who's just sitting in the zone has to work through, and that is resulting in these teams trying to rotate as fast as possible. We've seen AHG play around this little caravan quite a bit, and they're getting poked out now. Korea forced to battery out in the top A with the gold shield already, just kind of taking a higher landscape, just making sure that he gives his team space, not only that to scout, but also to really help apply pressure if need be on that rotation, as it was Lazarus who was actually poking, but now they seem to be content with holding just this little choke outside of the tunnel and not really pushing AHG further.
AHG getting pressured a little bit, but they're finding their spot. They're trying to find a place to rotate in.
That rotation will be crucial as well. 17 squads. As Grove mentioned, rotations important. Some teams already locking it down. Some teams trying to find their way. And what is already a contested area. You look at drill site here, see a zip lining pathfinder. And they know, so the R301 sights are out and ready in aim down sights mode. Outsiders, though, still holding underneath that bridge. And now you see the push here. This is a big one. A team that could maybe make it to the third, but this is going to be a big determining factor. This fight could actually do it all. Could they find themselves down? I can't. He's already fallen, and they both take the portal at the same time. Can he pursue this? It drops him down to the low ground as well, and now it seems like Alliance are going to lose faith. It's all up to Hawkins here. Can he do it? Can he get the revive, or is he just going to try to hit here as it is Taxi who ends up trying to find the damage, and he is so close to being able to finish off Hawkins. He's going to go into the scout. The extra movement and, of course, the delay on the activation is not going to hinder him quite here. It's actually going to help get around that corner and maybe pop that med kit, but he decides, no, let me not do it there. Let me just get some extra space. And it seems like for now, he has made it alive and kept Alliance's hopes at placement points, at least, alive in this last game.
Yeah, that was a really good escape. He used every cover that he could. He perfectly timed his Q into going into safety. It's a good escape. Hopefully he can get those placement points that he needs to get third place.
And Alliance actually the second place team in terms of damage. We were looking at these numbers, but as far as overall damage done in this game, they are right behind GSD by about maybe about 900 damage points. So this team has been very, very effective in pushing and using that Revenant. And I think now, that story of Revenant is really over. And unless banners can be gotten in some amazing achievement, we're going to see Alliance trying to play for maybe some cheap kills on the edge, maybe some placement points, just hoping they can somehow get lucky and get that third place. But top 10 seems pretty secure for them as the way that they're headed as we head over here with LG Sanya, Rugby, and of course, Sanya. See ya.
They were putting a little bit of pressure, but then they ended up deciding that they want to rotate. They want to get closer to the end zone. They're pretty far right now, and they're going to prioritize rotating over poking, getting some damage, and potentially dying outside of the ring.
You see the scouts here. Oh boy, girl, Gambit looking good right now. 2 golds. Artico's like, can I get in on this party? I don't know what's going on. You guys both have gold shields. I've got a white. Can somebody help me out here? They've got a pretty rough rotation if they want to go towards that opposition. So they're trying to just get some poke, maybe open something up. I think the best way to get him geared, I would think, girl, is really to try to push a fight, maybe win that with the gold shield advantage, and then maybe hook up Artico there so you can all be at a high level going into this late game.
They're playing around the edge zone of Survey Camp, so they're not too worried about getting in the fight yet. They're probably going to wait for the zone to push in before they do so. But now for SJP2, fighting in the tunnel near training yard. Or not near training yard, sorry, Skyhook.
But you're right, I mean, fighting here, and they're a team that kind of needs it in last place as far as points go.
They are indeed. Both with Gibraltar teams, both very strong.
And shot hitting on Lazarus, but Lazarus trying to reply back. Savage, he is just getting down, but he still has 1 health left. You can see the Wraith trying to just escape there. He's using the Gibraltar shield to his benefit, but that's going to be Lazarus, I believe, who falls, and it is maybe AHG on the other side who actually is going to continue this fight here. There's another party showing up, and it is Matape, Kuya, and 0-0 who are looking to finish it off, have the last word in this sentence, so to speak, and put Fury on. R99 spray. The Eva is going to come out to look for the finish. He gets the down on a side back as well, and they are still chasing, but you could say for now, AHG has almost assuredly at least won this skirmish.
Unfortunately for SJP2 there, they stayed in the tunnel too long. They knew there was a third party coming, and then they got caught out.
Watson, Gibraltar seems like, I feel like
2 Gibraltar teams. And we don't want to talk about this macros idea of like what do these teams look like as far as their roles. But what does this team look like against one another? I mean, is that Gibraltar fight any different? And how do you really manage something like that in such a tight space in the tunnel? Is it a matter of who throws their dome shield first that losing that fight?
Yeah, you gotta make split-second decisions because if you threw your dome first, you're the one that has to worry. Do you push their dome? Do you go back? You gotta make those decisions for yourself. How much poke you can get in. If you get a lot of damage, if you get it down, then you could then push into their dome. It's a really tough situation, and those tunnels especially, those are really difficult to fight in because you could get pinched from either side. They're very dangerous situations, so you could see what just happened.
Yeah, I mean the danger is clearly there for these squads, and you get kind of an overview of who's alive in the lobby right now. Flavor of the month, Ad Hoc Gaming. You see 303 at this point, losing Clone, but Bambino and Rock still alive and well. So 15 squads still involved. This 303 now continuing that fight with Flavor of the Month. But right now, we are looking at Rugby and Kasanya. Zani W. Just trying to hold down. Kasanya has done so much in this community, in this scene, and now they're trying to keep it going, but it seems like it's going to be a tough one to finish off. He goes down, and Rugby goes down as well. That's NW out, and it's AHG who end up getting involved with that yet again, but Taxi is also there, and look at this, Baker, he's got himself a Kraber. This is AHG and BTX now who want to decide, are they going to continue this fight? It seems like AHG say, yes, girl, they're trying to push and gain high ground advantage.
We're all in an open field right now, and it's going to be really tough for these teams to get into the zone. I think right now they should be prioritizing not fighting, but trying to get out of that fight and rotating as safely as possible.
Yeah, he hits a grapple, but he goes down at the start of it, but he still carries the distance. So with Taxi being traded, does this provide a little bit of time to get Kuya back up, get that Pathfinder grapple back, maybe get a little bit more rotation? Taxi getting res right now, and that should maybe, you would assume, give time for AHG to do the same on their end. But Baker looking to just look through and try to surveil any of these boxes. Can he provide himself with a better shield? He can. Can he get some more shield bats as well, some more ammo? He's loaded up 300 in the R301 tank, and so he's going to be looking fine heading into the top 10, as all of these teams look to do. But a huge fight happening off your screen. It is Gambit going down to Flavor of the Month. And so this is a potential story to follow here, girl, because they were coming into this lobby at about 8th, and obviously Gambit sitting at about 4th. And so only a 13-point difference with Gambit out now, and a lot of kills on Flavor of the Month side. This could be interesting.
Here we have GSD holding their position that they've been in since nearly the beginning of the game. Doing a little poke damage on the team on the house in front of them. But they're not trying to get into a fight. They're trying to stay in this game as long as possible, and they're going to get their kills in the late game. They're not worried about kills because they've already got all their points. They just need to stay in this game as long as possible and then win the game.
You can tell ESD, they are kind of content to do what they're doing because they are in such a strong position right now. But look at this, Flavor of the Month going down. Oh, and this could be bad. Tai Sheen and RPR getting kills onto Not. They kill Anna down. So that's going to at least put them at a disadvantage. Right now we're following along with Third Impact, and they are also finding themselves in a tricky position here in this lobby because they are currently sitting in 3rd place. But the thing is, TI as Third Impact actually ends up being in a great spot with how the 4th place team in Gambit is already out, so they don't have as much pressure coming from behind, and they just have to get a good placement, get a few more kills. I think a top 5 would almost guarantee them a spot in that 3rd place.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just have to watch their back, stay their ground. They have a great spot, and they'll be able to secure themselves that 3rd place.
Well, we've got 10 squads remaining. Look at this. BTX as well. 5 kills for Taxi. Oh, this is big because now they've got 2 gold shields. They've got Fest with the Gibraltar, who already takes 15% less damage from bullets. Doesn't get slowed by the bullets. He's got the gun shield as well. The dome shield. He's got a lot of defense, and he's got a purple, so doesn't really need a gold. He's already got a lot going for him at this point. So this is a great team to keep an eye on, unfortunately. They are not in a very good position to take anything like a top 3, but they are in a good position to stay and at least claim a higher position in the top 10, which would guarantee them a spot heading into the next SC number 3 here. Flavor of the month, they did lose Knopf, but Jay and Taylor are still alive here, so the dream is not dead quite yet for this one.
They have a very interesting spot on this Raw, and ooh, he takes in a lot of damage there, but they're okay, they're safe. That team is too far away to do anything to them. They're in the next zone. Maybe they can wrap their way into the final zone.
And I think here, they're getting pressured, but you can see Longbow is kind of geared out. They kind of go Longbow. They do have some range. They do have some poke, and I don't know if anyone's going to be willing at this point in the circle with only 9 spots left to really push up into that small crevice. You miss time your landing. You get exposed down to the bottom of the hill. It may not be Flavor of the Month that picks you off, but it could be another squad here. As Navi are content to hold this house. They've found a lot of success through here. Another Sentinel with a digital doom. So he's got a little extra range on that. He's trying to poke and pick off some of these kills for KP, and he's going to find it, and that's BTX. That's who actually goes down. That is a huge pickup. And as you can see, Flavor of the Month in an awkward situation, trying to battle it out. Let's see what they have to say about their dream of trying to take third.
Alla 3 crackade där nere. Alla 3. De är bakom på stenen, alltså norr. De sitter uppe på stenen.
Jag ska hit. Uppe på den här. Den här.
Vad ska vi göra för att ta oss in här nu då? Solen är inte där va? Är det han som Okej.
Jag är inte med ställs.
Här är det fight! Knacka den! Watson i kraschen! Flasha bak, nice. Kom hit, jag lägger. Tror vi får gå på toppen och så får du bara försöka få fram någon sipp eller någonting.
Ja, den. Ska vi splitta då?
Kan vara värt. Det är man försöker få in Snake, ja.
Shields out here.
They are so...
TPA, de som under oss. De som under oss TPA in. Hit, jag tror vi klär här nere. Jag slår där.
Fuck off, Gambit!
Jag kommer på det.
De sippar. Vi kan gå hit,
Ni är i där och...
Gambit! Nu är det nog! Okej, då är det annat där.
De var under.
And you can smell the tension at this point in time. Taylor just trying to stay alive and not make a noise, because they were maybe not quite sure in the chaos where he ended up going. And you could tell third impact doesn't want to leave this spot. They're in a great position, and it's outsiders who are fighting Gamer's Origin. You can tell Gambit was also in the way of Flavor of the Month. It seems like there could be a little bit of fight now, just Taylor alive. We'll have to see. The R99 fully kitted as well, girl. And so outsiders, they've been looking good this entire time. They are second and finally 4 points to GSP. If they have a big thing here and continue to do so, the PK shots rain down. But oh no! Outsiders, they go down as well. And look at that. It is, oh my goodness, a huge play from Flavor of the Month. Taylor, who ends up finding a couple kills before he goes down. And that puts it back to 4 squads remaining. That could be huge.
GSD has the end zone. They have the best spot. They've already gotten themselves into the end zone, so now they just have to defend everyone coming in. They have a really good chance to win this game.
And that would secure first place. That would obviously secure them a top 3 position, which is what they are aiming to do. Remember, Gambit, dead inside, outsiders, the 3 who have qualified for September. Will it now be GSD who can do the same thing? They're first in the lobby so far. They're trying to contain that first place, and they're going to take out Third Impact as well as Impact from Gamers Origin as well. They have high ground, and they have the confidence, and in just a moment, I think now will they have their ticket to the playoffs? They will. Nasty Straight Cell are the winners of the lobby, and they take first place here, and that will guarantee them a spot in September. GSD with some huge performances overall today, and they definitely deserve that one, girl.
An amazing performance. Actually, Nasky once told me, all you need to do in this game is practice. Practice those rotations, practice those end zones, and you'll have it in a split second. And they did just that. They took all the practice they've done in the past year, and they've taken it. They've won. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be just impossible to catch them at this point. Not only were they ahead in the lobby, but they won this last game. And the big thing, the big conversation is that with Outsiders, with Dead Inside, and with Gambit already qualified, it was looking to see who could be those other three who would end up finding their way into the top spots. And you can clearly see that Nasty Strafe Dell not only guaranteed it seems like a top three, but probably the win here in the lobby will be signing their tickets to September, and that is a huge deal for them. It just means so much weight off their shoulders as far as the risks that they take, the things they can experiment on, and of course, a lot of hard work and that practice. It seems like it's paying off, girl. Any last comments or thoughts before we head back to the analyst desk on what we saw today in EMEA?
I just wanted to say congratulations to all the teams that participated. They did well. It was really fun to watch, really fun to broadcast, my first broadcast. Glad to be here. Thank you guys for the opportunity, and keep on going. You guys did great.
Oh, it's amazing, girl. You were fantastic on your first broadcast ever. Never casted before. Everyone around me is very, very impressed, and it was a pleasure working with you. I'm sure more and more to come, especially as we look into North America. But we got to round up Europe. We got, EMEA. We got to figure out these standings. We got to talk about these games, show you some highlights. So let's send it back to the desk with the lovely Kate, and of course, T-Squared.
Well, thank you to the lovely Rain Day and to Girl, of course, Fallout and Oz that are incredible casters for today. Tom, my goodness. Now, I know we're going to talk about Nasty Strafe and Dill. We've been talking about them all day. But can I just say, they may be called Flavor of the Month, but let's call them Flavor of the Match, because that is a team that made this Game 5 their own.
There were so many amazing plays in that last game. We saw Taxi and Baker's team going up against Ad Hoc Gaming in just an intense fight. We saw, again, more creepers in play, this time from Baker. Just great plays overall. But in the end, it was GSD taking it down, finishing how they started this day with a victory in game number 1 in Kings Canyon, and then game number 5 on World's Edge. Just awesome, awesome job, as Girl was saying, by all the teams. But GSD just shining a little bit too bright today.
I'll tell you something else, or another thing to remember, of course, GSD come to us qualifying at number 1. So they came in with some momentum, and to your point, they bookended the day for sure. I gotta say, seeing Outsiders coming down earlier in the match, I feel like that might have been a critical moment, a critical point for some of these other teams, like a Flavor of the Month, to really, we'll call it, create some chaos.
Yeah, no, Flavor of the Month had, if you saw that zip line going up the entire time with the Wraith and the Pathfinder just being very annoying, laying down shots on all of the rotators, but GSD had that planned out perfectly from the very beginning. Na'Vi had a very strong position over at the building. They never over-challenged. They kind of just snuck their way in from the Skyhook side, not showing much presence, just waiting, gathering information, ADSing towards their left under the bridge that went over towards Survey, making sure that they knew, if we get enough points here, we're going to be the champions, and that's exactly what they did. They waited to the end where they picked up their kill points, and like you were talking about earlier, when they see an opportunity to strike, yes, they're slow playing this entire time, but they can explode at any given moment with their aggression, and that's what makes them so scary, and that's what set them apart today.
Absolutely. Well, in fact, we actually have a nice little homage to GSD from that first game. I don't know if you'd like to take a look here, Tom, and bring us through how it is that early game aggression has really worked for Nasty Strafe Cell.
No doubt, they started off pocketing the first kills of the tournament. This was the game that they won after they took out Third Impact as well. They got this little corner of the house. You see the little sliver and the zone that's ending in front of them directly at their 12 o'clock. over towards the south side. So they had this perfect zipline play, just planned out. They did get hit with a Revenant Silence, I believe, by Alliance during this time. Fortunately for them, it was about 2 seconds away when it wore off. And there's that really godly zipline coming in from Max Straight that he ends up laying down. He's just deciding when he's going to put it, which side he's going to put it on. It lines up directly with the zone. They never overpeaked. They played this so patiently the entire time, and they were able to pick off a couple of kills on the way. Not only that, but getting a ton of kills in the final zone as well. Kraber Mastiff, ballsy combo, but it really paid off for GSD.
I like the ballsy combo for sure. Now we go from one final moment in that game one that saw the W with Nasty Strafe and Dell here. We actually have our final moment from this game 5. I gotta appreciate a good symmetry, right, Tom? Somebody's coming in hot at the end and the beginning.
That's really important. We talked about how crucial it is to get that first game underneath your belt. 4 squads left, plenty of kills. They probably already know at this point that they're the champ, but what do you do if you're the champ? Finish it out. That's exactly what they decide. The play is here. Just great nades coming in, trying to stay alive, realizing if he rotates, he can go and get that armor swap as well. They have the generator down there, so don't worry for nades coming in as you're trying to hit that loop. Now Nasty just looking around for that final kill. He gets shot enough, but they already have multiple players to go and finish it off. GSD, they are your champs.
They are indeed. Let's take a look at that Game 5 results graphic. It's going to show us some incredible kill counts for GSD, but also, let's not to be forgotten here. I'm taking a look kill count-wise, and it looks like Flavor of the Month coming in at number 7, but BTX, let's go down to them. They brought in 18 kills. It's just one more mention of how kill points and placement points not the same, and how we need to do some math in order to make sure you're at the top of these standings, right, Tom?
No doubt about it, we were talking about which team is going to play spoiler, and it ended up being Baker, Taxi, and his squad, BTX, taking down Ad Hoc Gaming, taking down numerous foes on the way, just absolutely obliterating any chance for these teams to make it into the top 3. You know GSD was loving what they were seeing in the kill feed as they were just slow playing over towards the Skyhook side, saying, guys, this is our chance to win. And they were able to implement the strategies and take the victory. But Gamers Origin coming out with 2 amazing games in game number 4 and game number 5. We touched base on Flavor of the Month, how fantastic they were. And Third Impact Black, remember, they had 0 points in game number 1. GSD wiped them out completely. They were able to work their way up the leaderboard as well. So really great job from all the teams involved. And I'm just really impressed with the way that these guys are playing.
100%. Let's take a look at those overall standings, because that is where the money is made. Nasty Strafendell, a very healthy lead in that first position. A very healthy win, 79 points up against Outsiders, and then Third Impact Black and Gambit Esports. Now, as a reminder, and I think you mentioned this earlier, we've got a reminder that Outsiders has already made it into our next round. Gambit already made it into our next round. So we have now Nasty Strafendell and Third Impact Black both getting some nice prize money, as well as making it into our playoffs automatically. That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, and 79 points for GSD has to feel good as well. I mean, you play 5 games and you get 80 points virtually. That's just phenomenal. 2 wins throughout all of that, it's not easy. We were talking about how we think that there's going to be a different winner for every single game. They proved us wrong there. And it's just a great performance. Again, Third Impact Black. We can't talk about these guys enough, how they're able to fight back from having a horrible game number 1. If they end up, maybe wiping GSD in the first team fight, we don't know what this tournament looks like, but they were able to secure 3rd place, get some cash, and get that qualifying into the next tournament.
Absolutely. Now, we talked teams, we talked overall, we've talked Game 5. Let's find out who some of those rising stars and who some of those top of the leaderboard stars are with our kill count leaderboard. You gotta appreciate this Dell from Nasty Strafe and Dell bringing it in for the real thing at 17.
Oh wow, he is switching his name.
We have Strafe, his teammate, bringing in 14.
Wow.
Anybody here? Anything that jumps out at you there, Tom?
I'm noticing a lot of Pathfinders over towards the top. We know how deadly Taxi is on
Sir
that Pathfinder, but it's what you expect. You see the top players that won the tournament that were getting all these kills, not only getting kills, but getting placement points as well. So it's just a great performance again by everybody involved. You know, unfortunate for some of the teams like Navi that didn't have their best performance, but they're going to look to bounce back. Remember what we were talking about? This is very important to play your best at the tournament, but it's also important to learn your mistakes. This is when everyone's going to rise to the occasion. If you're going to break down any gameplay mistakes that you make, this is the best time to do it.
It is indeed. And hey, we've got a nice moment of the match. As I mentioned at the top of this segment, at the end of our Game 5, Flavor of the Month. I love a nice underdog story, come out of nowhere story. Flavor of the Month, I call Flavor of the Match. Well, we've got a nice little moment that I think is really important. Tom, take us through exactly what makes this moment so legendary.
Yeah, Flavor of the Month, they came out of nowhere again. And I believe this was game number 2. I'm not sure exactly what highlight we're going to pull up here, but once we see it, I can definitely walk us through because we've seen so much that I can't even remember which exact clip this is going to be. So that one's coming shortly, but overall, again, there was so many great plays. The thing that I was impressed with the most was the Kraber shots that we saw. I saw some amazing Kraber shots on Kings Canyon that were just mind-blowing. I saw, I think, a grapple no-scope right in the face. We saw, again, Baker doing some huge plays. Their fight against Ad Hoc Gaming over there in the final game on World's Edge that was happening in between, I think it was Trainyard rotating on over towards Fragment, really changed Ad Hoc Gaming's tournament because if they were able to win that, they're racking up some more kill points, and then potentially they're coming up and flanking up on the GSD. So it's really the butterfly effect when it comes down to all these small moments leading up to what happens to be the top 3 that we just saw.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we actually have, with full comms, a nice moment of the match from Flavor of the Month. Let's take a look at that right now.
Crocodile. Rock! Oh! Take a better right på stället. Ja,
Kom mot mig.
Taket fortfarande.
Han är med.
Akta taket om de kommer nu.
De här är på varandra. 80 raten, jag crackar.
In!
Jag akta dig.
Öppna dörren, du måste öppna dörren.
Öppna.
Jag ultar dem.
Det är två lag.
Du måste bara ut på kanten sen utan.
Ja, mot
Jag tar bara sen.
Ja. Jag kommer göra det.
Gör det på oss! Måste göra det nu, tror jag.
Ja.
Håller taket.
Det gillar.
Ja, men den är i zon.
Här är slå.
Och bredvid oss. Fram!
Alla dog.
Bredvid.
84. Ett upp. Watson.
Oh, gives you chills sometimes. And I would love to say thank you very much, Lenovo. That was our moment of the match from brought to you by Lenovo. Hard for me to say, but definitely harder for me to play. Tom, what can those people who are looking to come and take some of these little tips, these tidbits, these things to get better, what can they take away from what we just saw?
Well, one, use the gold prowler because that thing is OP. You have 35 shots on it, and it's amazing, especially with the digi threat. So that's one of the things. But what you'll notice is the way that they're able to have a mental checklist on where they need to be and where the other teams are coming from, and they start to just work their way in together. So they were in the bottom of the building, they added pressure, created a little bit of chaos, came back, doubled back around, threw an amazing Gibraltar bubble, which blocked out any grenades, any other AoE that's coming in, and then they just single people out and talk about who's weak and make sure that you're shooting those people together. So a lot to be learned right there, and that's why you're seeing such high-level Apex come through. These guys have so many hours under the belt. It's great to watch.
Absolutely, and this very high caliber tournament setting where the pressure is on, it's great to see them coming out and performing that way. Well, hey, listen, we've actually got some things that you guys have been saying. We got a nice little tweet that I want to make sure we showcase, because apparently it involves you and I. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much. A little fun fact, I actually never liked watching tournaments, but then ALGS came on and now I'm hooked. Oh man, what a delight that is, right Tom? We love that.
Oh, thank you so much for OT. I hope you come back, man. Come back and watch again.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to keep up with all of our socials or find your own tweet on our show, head over to @PlayApex and #ALGS. You can also be on YouTube @PlayApex. Compete. My hair is in my face and this is what's happening. But don't you worry, we have got Just a lot more in store later today. This, of course, was our EMEA Super Regional number 2. But don't you worry, we got the Americas this afternoon, and I could not be more excited. But hey, if you want to get in on the socials, awesome, we just mentioned what those are. But if you want to register, if you want to be a part of this action, if you want to find yourself in the final rounds, head over to Battlefy. That is the place to go. Battlefy.com/ALGS. It's definitely, Tom, it's definitely the time. It's definitely the time to get your Battlefy on if this is what you're looking to do in esports. It's a great place to start going.
No doubt about it, and it's free. Everybody can join. Just make sure that you rank up. I think there's a minimum level that you need to be. It's either gold or platinum along those lines. Should be no problem for you guys. You're watching. You guys are pros now, right? Get in there.
See? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Absolutely, Tom. And hey, something else, remember, if you're into esports, guess what? We've got even more esports, not just today, but later this week, July the 17th through the 19th. The FIFA 20 Summer Cup Series kicks off with the best FIFA players in Europe are meeting in a double elimination tournament to see who can lay claim to the title of the best FIFA 20 player on the continent. Gotta love double elimination. Coverage starts every day, 5 p.m. British summertime. Stay tuned to twitch.tv/esportsfifa to catch up on all of the action. And we're excited because apparently Onset's going to be commentating that. He probably didn't think I was going to say that out loud because it was in Discord, but guess what I did anyway, Onset. Heart you real hard, my friend. Heart you real hard. Well, Tom, I gotta tell you, I'm sure I speak for everyone here. Thank you so much for being an analyst, for bringing us through each and every aspect of these. Oh, right there. That's why we love you. We love you for so many reasons. And hey, we love our cast and our crew. And thank you so much for joining us here today. And as I remember, Tom, is there any last words you want to say here for the EMEA version before we go to the Americas later this afternoon?
Hey, big shout out to all the players, big shout out to all the viewers, all the fans out there, the production team here, everybody at Respawn, shout out to UK and the rest of the team that we have here, and we will see you guys in a couple hours, I believe, for the North Americas.
Sounds good. We'll see you at 3:45 Pacific for the Americas Super Regional number 2. See you guys.
Yo.
When?
Yeah, in front of Arcana.
120 on Wraith. GQ.
Oh my god, 14 on Revenant. They have a Revenant. Oh, I'm in a yucky spot. One was like far window.
They revolted.
Oh, he's fucking.
Oh, wait. No.
Why did it make the sound?
Because they revolted.
I didn't even know that
Bro.
Wait, he didn't get.
I
I just hit 63-33 and I thought I sent him back, but I didn't.
I didn't realize there was a window here that they could see me through. He's standing on it. One guy only coming through. Oh no, two. They're both Revenant.
The zipline! Why the fuck didn't it take me up?
Why didn't it take you?
I literally pressed E on it, but the Wraith was in my way, so it knocked me off it instantly.
No, that's my fault. I trolled. I went to the second floor of that 4-story to grab an armor swap, and I didn't know that there was a window that's eye level with that building, and they just killed me through the window.
I died through so hard too. I hit a fucking. I hit the You should have seen what I did. If you go bot check, you're just gonna laugh.
Bro, you could have ran up the stairs to me. I was ready to cover you, and you just ran in the middle of the room and died, Zach. That shit made me sad.
I got stuck by an arc. Okay, so the Pathfinder was in ref form, and I took a 1v1 against him, and I hit him 66-33 with my EVA 8, and I thought it sent him back. So I did a 180, and when I turned around, he stuck me with a fucking arc star.
Okay, well, I didn't throw then. It was Zach's fault.
Yeah, no, it was definitely my bad. If you go watch my VOD, just be like, oh, fuck, yeah. Because I don't know, it was free. It was literally over. I just had to send that Pathfinder back, and the fight was won.
Bro, this guy Z Davis, their third couldn't play today, so he asked me if I could fill if they approved it, and I said yeah, and LGS wouldn't approve it. They went 0 points game 1, 0 points game 2, 0 points game 4, 0 points game 5, and had 2 points game 3. He said almost qualled. Bro, they had to play as a dude. Unlucky.
That's actually kind of funny.
Twitch mouse keyboard, please. I want to watch using mouse and keyboard. I was literally on it that game. You literally can't tell the difference between me playing controller and mouse and key. Good shit, you played yourself.
Because Albon mouse and keyboard looks like a brand new controller player in general. Just kidding.
Your boy Mo with the Twitch Prime, appreciate it, bro.
Everything he shoots is Beam TV. Let's go. That's why we're winning Daltouche Invitational and we're taking home $500.
$500.
I was gonna say 500 bands, and I was like, just kidding. It is kind of sad though that Daltouche's tournament that he's hosting pays out more than the GLL weeklies that they're doing.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I hope you guys all play controller. I feel like that'd be so fun to watch.
Madness got mad at me because I said that the GLL weekly is not worth playing.
Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. What I didn't know is that NRG goes Skyhook?
No, NRG goes Tree.
Okay, then my chat's smoking boners. My chat said NRG goes Skyhook and they didn't want to split it with Madness.
No, they go Tree. We land Thermal.
Unless they swapped their spot the past today.
Yeah, the past like 6 days. They land Skyhook sometimes. I'm about to do a
NRG switch to Skyhook? Okay, well then yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. I take back everything I said. Knocking out Madness's team, that's completely reasonable if you're splitting a drop. 100% reasonable to drop on them.
They went.
That's one of the few things that like I will fully agree.
That's just.
Whether it's esports or it's right when it's game time, there is no friends. It's all about doing what it takes to win. That is from my
Yeah, I know that's from Wig.
I know.
Like, the nicest person of the whole community, like just not some asshole, you know?
But okay, that part I just don't understand. That when have they ever landed Skyhook?
I didn't even know that existed, bro. I've gotten
Even today, they landed Sorting Factory. When I look at their VOD, like, I guess it could be because today's Sentinels isn't playing and tomorrow's Sentinels will be playing, or
Not sure.
Madness deleted tonight.
Yeah, he did.
I can't wait to go place 20th because I haven't opened this game in 7 days.
Okay, but to be fair, what Nicewig said is 100% true, but that's kind of like out of context. That's not what the issue was. It wasn't.
Here, one of you drop. I have to text somebody.
It wasn't really about killing your friends or whatever, but well, whatever.
Becky, stop. Right now.
Yeah. I just think like the better way for me to describe my opinion is 100% if it's mid-game and I see you in the kill feed and I know that I can end your run, I'm 100% pushing you and killing you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm 50-50 loot challenging you off drop to see who gets better RNG. Like that's
I've talked to Hal about this before when playing that. I told him like if you're ever in 10th and I'm in first, like I'm going to land East Frag and I'm not going to fight you and I'm gonna just poke you and be an asshole until you either W key me mid game and we all lose, or I W key you mid game when I see a team near you and you lose. And then like I've literally said that to him before. It's like I don't know, why would I let a really good team that has potential to do better than me, since it is BR, take advantage of that potential?
I do think this will be that crucial moment that Al was talking about, where now there is going to 100% be every single tournament.
Like that tomorrow.
And like that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a chain reaction now. That's just what I'm worried about.
Because I can tell you, me personally, if I know other teams are trying to grief me, then I'm 100% gonna grief those teams as well. There's no reason not to. So.
Yeah, but Alb has like a big heart. What Alb said is completely true. If you genuinely feel good when your friends do just as good as if you did that good, like you feel equally as good as what Alb said, then I get it. But I don't ever feel that way. Like I love all my homies and I love when they do good. But like obviously I would rather do good.
I'm getting 3v1. Please send help.
You need to run. Yeah, I literally have looted half of West Frag and I don't have an armor.
We have no armor.
Yeah. What the fuck? Alright, there we go.
Dude, I don't have an armor either. This is fucking insane.
There's a white armor right there for you. Holy shit.
I'm gonna fight. That guy's arguing like. You are. Dude, the brain dead. Deadage.
Okay, I got you, baby! Dude from downtown! Nades from downtown!
I can't end this game!
I cocked one. I can't even see him, I'm shooting at muzzle flashes. What a fucking bitch!
I'm so bad at this game now.
There we go.
They're all dead? God damn, you're nasty.
I always get a knock in my 1v3s, every time.
Taking your purple.
No, you're not.
Cry about it.
Now.
Stop that this second. I need a bruiser. Bruiser me, brother. Arcane, I think you're blue.
Dude, you guys can play everything. Don't worry about it.
You're the support player. You should be used to it.
I'm not sure. Or most likely will, but due to my inexperience with Apex Legends, we actually might not land there.
Go where?
Like we go Gauntlet normally, and then Snipedown's team like originally contested us off drop, like at the very beginning of the update. And then they went somewhere else. We did Gauntlet. Yeah, they did. And then now, like yesterday, Snipedown DM'd me last night, and they were like, "We go Gauntlet now." And we haven't scrimmed in like centuries, so I mean, they go Gauntlet. Like, we're really split on like whether we're gonna go there or not, because it's like, why risk your finals on contesting one of the few good teams in the game that could actually 3v3 and out kill us, you know?
So,
at the same time.
Let me just ask this.
They're a good team though, so you should land on them and kill them.
Not again, not again, not again, not again! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! I'm so over this conversation, holy fuck.
You guys started it!
I said literally last thing, and you guys kept going for the past 30 minutes.
Wait,
it's fine. Okay, it's mostly Zach.
This dude had that last thing.
Yeah, it's his last thing.
Alright. Last thing.
Shut the fuck up. Captain, no, shut up. You can't speak.
I got one more thing to say. One more thing.
I got one more thing to say.
You have no more things to say. Fuck you.
Whoever landed on Madness, your mom's a hoe.
I would have yelled penis. I got one more thing to
fucking
say.
hinting again.
Penis!
I'm being solo crypto ulted, all I have is white armor.
It might be tech, honestly. I think it's just tech fucking with us. Yeah, I think it's tech just fucking with us.
I'm going to the fight over here. Fuck tech, bro.
No, whoever flew that crypto drone, your mom's a hoe. I only have one cell. I kind of need this guy to die.
It's not tech.
Wait, let me hit the finisher. For your
He has a blue.
These guys are just dome looting right here.
You're right, this was more efficient.
Yeah, this is okay.
Boys, I think I'm about to get my shit rocked.
I wish you would stop walking, honestly.
I feel that way about you literally every day when I see you on my timeline. I can.
Last thing.
What's up?
You know how I know Alb's a nice guy, by the way? Because in Poland, he let me sit by him at breakfast. That's facts.
Yep. I let anybody sit next to me.
He didn't even know me at that time.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this weirdo?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And I sent him a really heartfelt message after. Works too.
That's true.
I was dead.
What do you mean? I'm handsome.
Yes, I'm dead.
I'm gonna portal on them. They're being bitches, bro. I'm switching it to burst fire and I'm pushing them. Yeah, they're literally just fucking bitches. He stuck me! Take the fucking ball!
No, they're one health. They're one health. I literally hit him 98 red, 97 red. He white armor swap, please. If you let this kid full kill me, you're gonna white swap. Oh my god.
You are such a liar!
I'm not.
You said one!
He was 100% to one.
I'm watching Sax VOD right now. I'm AFK. Wait. It doesn't do damage like that.
I'm just med kidding. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Get that gold armor and that gold bag. Now you come up with more HP. Fuck you.
That's okay. I'm gonna take all of Zach's loot.
Yeah, do it.
Loot. He took my
I hit him 99-90, but it was a lot less because he did have armor too, so you're right.
Yeah, that was just, yeah.
I did a lot. 99-90 is very weak, but
you did shit on
maybe a little bit. I'm gonna pass it through in here.
Oh, is that a shotty bolt?
Because you said don't let him finish me, and I was like, alright, I'm in this bitch. And then I hit him 98, and he was still alive.
I need to drop some batteries. Take some of that.
Yeah.
There's 2 more batteries on there. Take them.
Wait, we're just gonna go air base. Wait, artillery, because Madness didn't qual.
Oh, right. I forgot to ask. Why the fuck do you not scrim?
Because I kicked us out of it?
Wait, Zach, just take our
Huh? What do you mean you kicked us out? You just because you don't play in the fucking weekly GLL bullshit doesn't mean that you're kicked out of scrims. Like, you can still register for scrims. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why? Why don't you?
I'm playing better.
Zach, are you listening to me?
God, you are the worst kind of pro. Actually, the worst kind of pro.
It should be open. I'm not 100% sure though, because we didn't play today.
I don't want to land containment because we play Caustic and Gibraltar and we just kill everything.
Well, it's better than Gauntlet, but...
No, Gauntlet Blue is insane. We walk out with like double purple blue every game. It's really good.
Yeah, but your positioning is absolute ass.
That's why we run Jibby and Caustic and we just W key teams and houses on edge that get stuck.
That's true. That's a fun play style. I want to play that way, but...
It's very fun. You guys would probably find a lot of success if you did it because your mechanical skill is so high.
That's not true.
Yeah, they suck.
In the GLL tournament when they almost didn't qualify.
Oh. Maybe they just were trying it for the first time and they didn't find success because they were new to the playstyle.
Who's the one who got his ass pounded by Revenant Crypto? I don't...
Or maybe TSM is just free 3KP unless they have good positioning.
Actually, kind of true. I mean, I cannot think of a moment in time where they have good mechanical skill and they can out-aim people because they individually all suck really fucking bad.
I can't think of a single time that Yuri's and I have lost a fight to TSM in tournament. Not me.
Yeah, never.
I don't even know who TSM is.
Yes, who?
Mac, what was your scrim team name before TSM?
I was on Merkin. MRKM. Yeah.
Who were your teammates? Because I remember when you guys...
They both quit. They both quit.
Purple Evo here, so...
Literally, I scrimmed.
About you, I was like, honestly, I've been playing in these scrim leagues. I run the scrim leagues. This guy's team, at least, is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, they were some of the worst mechanical players I've been with, and they quit. We played a week of scrims, a week or two of scrims, and they quit. Like like they just wanted the pub. It drove me insane. How did I meet them? Because the org approached me, and they were like, "Yeah, you're a good player. Here's a, you know, I was just stupid." Yeah, it was salary, but it was like $200. But the weird, yeah.
Alpine Gaming offered me 400. That about snapped. I didn't take it.
Kind of brag.
Looking back on it, that would have just been free money.
I'm about to sign to FaZe Clan just for like 200 a month.
Wait,
well, LeBron at the 12-month resub. Appreciate it, bro.
Am I dead?
How do you fucking climb this?
I'm climbing too fast.
To the left, right here. Yeah.
Where do you climb it at? What? How do you do
all the way left, all the way left.
Whoa!
Oh, shit, I
see! Oh, I see what you mean all the way left. I don't even need to get up there anymore though, but... This guy's in here solo.
There was a Wraith over here.
He's not crack 46.
Hey, brother. Where you going? Why are you running, brother? Brother. Don't be that way. Good kill, brother. My man.
Oh, there's a lot of people.
Wait, that's not the team I was chasing. That's not the team.
Wait, they're on white. They're pussies. I just fucking lasered him. So, fuck select fire, honestly.
Oh, on me.
Yeah, that's the solo.
Oh my god, I'm bad.
Oh, below.
Oh my god, I'm so bad.
120 on...
Wraith one. Oh shit, we dropping? It's not a team fall.
I am dropping, yes.
Oh shit.
No audio, man.
I'm popping a cell. Yo, this is bad.
That's bad.
I don't have portal, I'm gonna queue it. Oh, yeah, later. Good luck.
That was such bad timing.
I mean, we knew there was another team there. That was just kind of fucking stupid.
He said, wait a minute.
Oh. See you later, brother. Hey, hello! Oh my god, my wrist, man.
Lag. Fucking lag.
Keep blaming the wrist.
Oh.
Super insane lag.
I hit lifeline for 112 with my Mastiff and Alb abandoned me. We could hit the 2v3 right there.
Definitely not. You guys were gonna get smoked.
We got smoked anyways.
Well, that's because I whiffed really fucking hard.
That's why.
Normal Al fucking kills that kid in just his Prowler burst and then full heals and takes the 1v2, and odds are he actually will win.
Okay, I gotta start playing for real. Get me off this controller, get me off everything.
Zach, it's 100% true.
Wait, are you being sarcastic or actually?
No.
I think you win that.
I do. I literally, my wrist locked while he was climbing, and I just could not move my wrist right.
My wrist locked. I'm biologically inadvanced, so I can't win my ones.
Did I show you my wrist at Poland? How it snaps?
No.
Oh, no? Okay. Ask anyone else that's met me, like Hal, Jordan, like, this shit sounds like a fucking... I don't even know. Like, you know, like, The Exorcist when their neck spins around and it's fucking... Yeah, my wrist is bad. My wrist is bad, bro.
We don't need all that.
You see the argument they're having online right now about controller? Read the whole thread. Just open your Twitter feed, it'll be there. You don't even have to look for it.
Yep, it's literally top of my feed.
Yep, I told you.
Wait, who's
and Lou is completely right.
I have 4,000 hours on mouse and keyboard and 15 hours on controller, and I'm playing the tournament today with controller today confidently.
Who?
Alright, that's what Lou said.
Yeah. Lou literally just snapped and said, like I said, it's something I want to try. I'm just going to have to prove you wrong today. I loved you, Wig. Oh, fuck. That's one way to end it. You see what Hal said? In the thread too? That's a big ass thread. Who do you think's right? Or is there a right?
Honestly, if you cry about dying to controller, you're a bitch. If you cry about dying to mouse and keyboard, you're a bitch. Both take skill, they're just different skill sets.
Yes.
No.
Is it? Okay, here, listen to it like this. Listen to it like this. If besides aim, it's like, yes, close range, controller 100% has the advantage because consistent damage, like it's just easier to be consistent on controller close up. And most fights in this game are close up, especially in competitive. However, their movement is trash generally. They have to stand still while looting. They have fucking, they do shitty turn speeds, you know, unless you're a crackhead like Noct who plays on 10. So you get shot in the back and you're just dead. Like, controller's at a massive disadvantage 90% of the time, but mouse and keyboard players just cry when they lose to the 1% advantage.
Yes.
I don't know. If you blame controller for when you die, like you're just a bitch. You have no, I have no respect for you.
But if you like actually mean it though,
I only die to controller players.
I think there's a big difference. I think there are scenarios where like you just are outclassed by input, but it's very, very rare. Like it's not like controller registers more bullets than M and K. Like there's no reason you can't hit all those shots, right?
Yeah, like if you're a good mouse and key player, you should also be able to compete with a good controller player. Like it doesn't matter. If a controller player is hitting more shots than you and you're a pro mouse and key player, like maybe you just suck dick. Like I don't know.
You just need to get better.
Yeah.
I'm confident in a bubble fight against any controller player. There's not a single controller player I'm scared in a bubble fight against. It's just like, dude, just get better 3-head. But like, am I gonna actually go try to 1v1 slurp with a wingman? No.
Yeah. Like if I know you're on controller, am I gonna W into your face? No, I'm gonna shoot you from far away.
Play into your advantage? No.
If I get ran up on by a controller player, if I get ran up on by someone that I know is a controller player.
Chugger in school. My nickname in school nowadays?
Oh gosh.
He's Chugmaster.
Ice cream slush chugger.
Lemonberry slush float.
Yeah.
Actually, out here speaking hate crimes on Twitter. I mean, on Twitch.
On Twitter?
I'm affiliated.
I'm talking about it on Periscope.
I'm actually live on Periscope, by the way. Don't know if I have mentioned that, and EU people do have crooked teeth.
Yo, my teeth are crooked as hell. Come on, son.
I don't understand. I hate people actually understand this is a joke.
You know some people are gonna be mad.
I'm pretty sure statistically, NA people actually have worse teeth.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we have whiter teeth naturally because we have fluoride in our water.
Potentially.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
I don't even know. But yes.
I wouldn't know. I don't drink water.
The fluoride is one of the chemicals that the U.S. uses to cleanse water, and it also happens to make your teeth white. Fluoride is in toothpaste.
Damn.
Yeah, we're drinking toothpaste.
I mean, that's okay with me. I'm not gonna even lie.
Hey, that's my favorite ice cream flavor, mint chocolate chip, baby. People say it tastes
Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Why you guys are crazy?
People that say mint chocolate chip tastes like toothpaste are stupid, and I hope they never have to talk to me again in real life.
I don't think that. I don't think it tastes like mint or fucking toothpaste, but I don't. Is that really your favorite?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn. Okay.
Mint chocolate chip goes so hard.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip goes super.
I like a lot of like the brownie fudge chocolate shit. I like a lot of the cookie dough shit a little bit more than mint, but I do really like mint as well.
You also do kind of sound like a bitch though, so.
He just said he likes mint too. You're betraying a brother.
No, but he said he kind of likes it too. You know, he didn't say it's his favorite.
Oh yeah. Fuck that guy actually.
Fuck that guy.
Yo, portal in this hoe.
Yes sir.
I'm a fence this bitch. I'm on Watson now. We're only catching dubs.
My view count has already gone up 200.
Hit that shit, baby.
That's crazy.
Thank you, Albert.
The stream's back up, so they're all about to leave.
27. Juicer dome. It hit the pole.
Queuing into them. They're running. He also queued. He's a beta.
You say hentai? What?
I'm taking their portal. I'm pretty sure it's fenced. Let's go. Oh, we're fine. You're so fucking fat, Zach!
Help! Heal! Oh my god!
Yo, Jen.
Annihilating them with the juicer!
That guy just got shit on! He's under. Last guy.
He kinda got shit on.
Res me.
I don't know, I asked you to make me a gen and you just kinda fucked off.
Why would I gen you if I can just kill their whole team solo?
Because I had to regen.
Yeah, but I gave you time to regen.
You're my support! Listen to me, you bitch!
They can't shoot their guns if—
You're my support!
This is the part where Al screams, I've won 5 tournaments! What have you done?
I've killed them in every tournament they have.
Oh my god. The cuck.
I mean, they can win as many tournaments as they want. It will never change the fact that Yurish and I 2v3'd them in a tournament. That's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, but it will never change the fact that I don't even think you played. Did you place top 10 at Poland?
Okay, bro. I'm sorry.
They like got first or some shit.
I was landing gauntlets and never had anything other than a white armor the whole tournament.
We had triple white every game. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, but you landed.
Help!
You landed.
Help!
I'm not helping you. Take back what you said to me. Take back what you said to me.
You'll never do better than your placement in Poland. Now, please come help me.
I've already
He just fucking 3-bursted me with a hemlock. He's grappling on you.
I whiffed. Oh, I didn't really. I whiffed, but I didn't whiff.
shit on that mic. I gave him the heat.
Wait, is that hand? Wait, is that a hand? Is Rolders a controller player?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That explains the 2 burst with the hemlock point blank.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
I just lost so much respect for you because you blamed the controller for maybe if you can't hit more shots than him when he's on controller, you're just dog shit. Just get better. I'm sorry. Did your wrist lock?
Bruh.
I'm kidding.
We talked about this point blank controller advantage.
Just get better, bro.
You said not even a game and a half ago, if you say that you died because there was a controller, I lose respect.
I didn't.
Later. That explains how I get 2 bursted.
I'm not blaming controller. That's different. I'm not even blaming the controller. I'm just saying that explains how it's consistently 2 bursting me.
I'm not even blaming controller. Quote unquote. That explains the 2 burst.
It does. Have you ever been 2 bursted by a hemlock point blank on M&K? No.
Yes, I do that. Have you ever watched the Coco? The hemlock god.
I've never. You hit 5 headshots on me with a fucking hemlock.
I am fucking lightheaded right now. Oh.
Oh my gosh, he's on controller. He 2 bursted me with a hemlock. No one does that on M&K. If you were on a mouse, you can't even do that. It's so unfair. Unfair advantage.
Can you talk like that for a whole game?
Alb is by far the best Pathfinder in the game, and it's not even close.
Introducing your champion.
No one's arguing that. Lou and Alb are untouched at the top.
No, Alb is 2 times as good as Lou, and then Lou is 2nd best. And whoever's 3rd best, Lou is 2 times as good as them.
I'm gonna go hit a VOD check on Alb's stream when you fucking started teasing them, because that was just fucking quality.
I don't know what Alb is the best. Yo, what's up, dude? You ready for Deltouche Invitational? You ready to catch the stub?
Yes, sir.
He hates you now, bro. He fucking hates you. Just pick it up.
No, honestly, I just tuned him out. Just turned my brain off.
God, I love it when I ping a building and then my moron lands there.
I've literally landed here every single time we've come cap.
Can't hear you.
So stop the cap.
Can't hear you.
Let's go!
Oh my god, bro. I was wheezing. Holy fuck. Okay, it's so... I have hella heads on me right now, by the way. I think I'm dead, actually.
Yo, Al, have you ever played with Peach before?
No.
You should just play a whole ranked session with Peach one day, like a whole day on stream. Peach is by far the funniest guy I've ever met in my whole life.
I haven't played with a single one of the energy guys.
Every little bit, he's on Sentinels first.
He's on Sentinels.
Oh, and he's on Sentinels. Yeah, you're right. You see, like, I don't even know what team he's on.
But your general agreements with them?
No? I haven't even played with any of the Sentinels guys either. I've never played with Senox.
Oh!
What's up, bitch? No, 1 shot.
He's gonna run into it! He's a bot! He's full killing me through a knockdown!
Wait, he killed you while...
He's on controller, and he was doing a fucking sprinkler motion to shoot you over here, and it just fucking glazed me.
Yo, so you say you're blaming the controller that you just died, Zach?
No, you might have been on MK, just really low sense. You fucking moron! I got loopholes on loopholes.
Heads up.
Anyways.
Senox mad funny, Senox is also very funny.
I think 80 to 90% of my humor is a derivative of the Senox, Peach, and more. Like, they're just... That trio is so fucking...
Yeah, I've played with more. Wait, so is Frex benched? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't...
No, Frex is still playing.
Okay, because I saw more playing the other day, and I was like, wait.
I think Frex couldn't make it to the tournament.
Okay.
Oh, that's all it was.
I don't think Moore is coming back.
Moore's playing.
Moore's been scrimming. Moore has literally been scrimming.
Moore took Hill's spot. He's playing with me and Reese.
What the fuck changed?
He probably just gave up on Valorant.
We're homies, and he said, "What's good?"
But did he want to play, or was it like, nah? Was it like, I'm trying to get better?
He's not ready to hop in at like 14-hour grind sessions every day, but he wants to play.
That's fair. That's what I was thinking.
He's just by far the funniest guy in Apex Legends. There's no doubt about it. It's not even close.
I just need to have ammo and I'm ready to fight.
Even his aim be funny. You look at it and you laugh.
Nice. Nice. You fucking
I believe the same thing instantly, just like this fucking idiot.
Oh, I just went 3 for 3 on you, Al. You would have been dead.
I'm running in a straight line. Congratulations. You hit 3 shots.
Yeah. That's what you look like when I run into you in tournaments, too.
What do you mean? Remember Poland?
No, I don't.
Sorry. Wait, Peaches in my chat, and he goes, wait, I'm beating RKN's ass, no cap. Wait, that might be fanboy, please. Let me check. No, that's real Peach. Peaches, why the fuck do you not look like Peach? And why do you have 2 H's? And why are you not partnered? I'm literally about to give Peach VIP in my chat.
Well, you gotta get viewers to get partnered. Secondly, Peach
you would know about that one. Where do we go, bro? I'm going no name. Fuck this, bro.
Zach got partnered because of Apex and started streaming Valorant. He was doing the see how fast I can kill my channel challenge.
It's actually working really well. I have an average this month of 312 viewers or some shit. And for my past like 7 or 8 streams, I think I've averaged less than 7. So we're doing great.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because of Apex, right? Instead of Valorant?
Oh, yeah. But when I turn on my Apex streams, now I get like 120 to like 180 viewers instead of 300 because I actively yeeted it.
How fast can I kill my challenge? My channel challenge.
I mean, if I keep playing Valorant, I'll start getting Valorant viewers.
Dude, I did that. I hit that challenge too. After Poland, actually, I stopped streaming Apex for a bit. And I went from like a 2K Andy to like a 1K 900 Andy, like somewhere around there.
Dizzy and Moore started hosting me like at least once a week leading up to Poland, and I started averaging like 60 to 100 viewers every single time I was streaming. After Poland, never turned on my stream once again.
Why?
Sounds like a mistake.
Because my computer's not good enough. I have to play on 60.
Zach, where are you going?
I don't really know.
I gotta set up a donation goal and get some oil princes. That's what I need.
I got some oil princes.
Like right now, I have 120 FPS. Let's go.
I have 190, but if I look into Cap City or Fragment East, I drop to 120.
Retzi, there's no way Retzi comes back to Apex. He's actually getting really good at Valorant.
No, he is really. The only way he comes back to Apex is if he's not getting paid in Valorant, because I think he'd rather be getting paid no matter what. Like
there's a guy in front of me.
I wouldn't.
Almost one-clipped him.
You guys are 2v3, as usual.
Yeah, we stay winning there. We gotta practice our 2v3s because we'll be playing with Kine. I'm kidding.
Wait, Kine is actually so good.
It was a joke.
He literally dropped it on my
Kine is more consistent than both of you.
But more consistent than me, I don't know about that. He's literally one shot. You're so welcome for that free kill. You're so welcome.
His movement is goated.
Can't hear you.
There's another team pulling up on the right.
I know Kine is.
I need to put a digi on my gun because I can't fucking see in this area.
Is there not a guy up there on the right? I swear there is.
There is. He's one.
I beamed the Wraith. The Wraith is literally one. He could.
I cracked Gibby. He's selling, batting, something.
Yeah, Retzi's still
I just hit my fucking
by the way. He hasn't like gotten picked yet, so he still is getting paid.
Yeah, 100%. I'm saying if he doesn't get signed in the future to play Valorant, he'll probably just come back to Apex. Kick that shit. Teammate go. Is this your teammate? Your teammate's running.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't get that armor swap.
Oh, no shotgun bolt. Cringe.
So he's going back for his call stick. He's gonna res him.
I canceled my Phoenix.
Cracker?
I'm so mad.
I'm just gonna keep calming my damage even though neither of you can do anything about it.
Wait, Retzi is definitely still signed to Sentinels, you fucking clown.
Is it?
There's no way he's not.
Actually,
that would be public knowledge.
Not necessarily. That part's not true at all.
No, like in the Apex scene, like we would have already talked about it. Like all of us would have heard it from one another. No way. Right? There's no way. Yeah, Peach literally said Retzi is still signed. Thank you. I was so scared for a second.
Oh my! Okay.
You're talented or what?
Yeah, 100%. That's what happened. Yep.
Talented.
Yep. I did not go 4 for 4 with Wingman and then go 0 for 10 and then hit him once and kill him.
I just pooped on one bullet. Oh!
That shit came
from like right here.
Yeah. Yep, I see him. He's one. I literally hit that guy for 148 with a fucking alternator.
Wait, I got a note right. Dude, Zach, I shot you from the top of the...
Wait, there's 3 dudes with the same name.
Did you just hear how long I was able to shoot this fucking guy? That is wonderful. That is fucking wonderful. This gun was made for Gibraltar. Oh, we're putting the 3 times on it. I would love to see Retzi come back to this game, bro. He brought like such a confident style to the game.
Rings coming in.
So
where are we going? Nothing.
I'm just following my IGL.
You were going that way on your own.
Oh, on your right.
Oh.
Huh?
Close on your right. Up against the rocks.
Chicken nugget, hang on.
From where?
Wendy's.
Oh, spicy?
4th.
Yes!
Wait, where are these? Are they parked?
On me.
Yeah, they're being shaken.
Oh,
I killed this guy.
I thought we were holding, and I put Jen, and then you ran.
well, because 3 people pulled up on me very horny.
I'm gonna make you a portal.
What? I have some friends, I'm fine.
Take it, take part.
Hog Jong Day. I went up the staircase, Alan. I had to go up before.
Okay, they're on me. They're in storm finishing me.
I mean, you're obviously...
Big one's climbing. Oh.
There's a team right here as well, so stay on high.
I have one for
Wait, how am I so weak? What happened?
Question.
What shot me, chat? What the fuck just shot me? My tracking is so bad with the 3 times.
They're training now.
Go back to my banner, let's go.
How the fuck do you aim with this fucking thing with the 3 times, bro? You be bouncing and shit, bro.
Did you have an R9?
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck? Dude, who are these guys? They're nuts.
Judging by the names, probably Asian pro players.
Well, that guy sucks. I don't know who that guy was, but he sucks.
Get the fucking wall bounce. How are we even gonna get out of this, bro?
Don't have a plan.
My portal's up in 40, but
I am down to 2 cells.
I keep hitting my escape key by accident. Like, what the fuck?
I don't think you understand how hard it is to aim with a Spitfire 3 times. This has been very uncomfortable. Or I suck, one of the two. We need to rotate left, and I have 0 heals, so...
You're about to get fucking beamed. Not shooting me, what the hell?
Me and them have a gentleman's agreement. Oh, there's people on me. Nice.
That's just fucking dope. One drop that means I killed.
Hong Kong Day! Why? No, honestly, they did not suck.
I'm on my Periscope bullshit.
Let's go watch some madness. I mean,
Take a swig at JD. I took L's with bad bees. My ex-girls, they hate me. Run like Eddie Lacy. From problems, I'm escaping. I stick to these bad hoes like JoJo and Casey. Empty bottles of whiskey.
Andrew, for 2 bits. Thanks for the 2 bits, brother, man. Well, don't do it just to get backers, man. 2 more. Thank you, thank you.
I found myself underwater, by big high. I'm falling farther. Come back.
246810. Thank you for the 10 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. Make it possible, but they only add money grabbing stuff. How would they, well, for them to make, Psionics could make it possible, yeah, they'd have to actually, like, make it a, they'd have to make it native. Like, native support, like Psionics support for it. Because Bakuman is a plugin that goes into your game files and injects itself into your game. But you can't get that kind of shit.
I'm a big bacon guy.
Big bacon boy.
Yeah, big bacon boy. That's great bacon.
It's good bacon. It's crispy bacon. I like
crispy bacon. Very crispy.
The BBLT.
This is great.
That's a killer deal, man.
Yeah, great amount of bacon on this thing.
Hello?
Hey, sorry, I lagged. What's up?
Just make sure you're back.
I think like my mic got stuck or.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not a big deal. I think it just got stuck because I was blaming controller players again.
True.
Mauled.
Here's what's about to happen. I'm about to whip out the lifeline. I'm about to put out the drumsticks. I'm about to res off cooldown.
Just to piss off Coco.
Isu talked way too much shit about Apex for a guy getting paid to play it. Well, consider this. Maybe if you're paid to play the game, right, you understand all the flaws with it because it's your fucking job.
I love people's opinions so fucking.
Or maybe you just be a privileged